In New York State's Hudson River Valley this season, something old and something new. An exhibit of contemporary art called River Crossings, set in the homes of two giants of American art. Thomas Cole, the founder of the Hudson River School, and Frederic Church, his student and one of America's finest landscape painters. Church named the Moorish Victorian confection of a home he created, Olana.
People come to Olana on a kind of pilgrimage. They want to see where the art was created that sort of was the first movement in America.
Co-curator Jason Rosenfeld teaches art history at Marymount Manhattan College.
And now we put in it these works by artists who live around these regions to kind of give you a sense of the continuity over 150 years.
At Olana, new works nestle comfortably among the art and curiosities Church collected.
You go into Church's studio in there, and he's got a monkey's skull in there. This guy is crazy, you know?
He was a collector.
He was a collector of all sorts of stuff.
So this is kind of a prime location for this piece.
It is, but there used to be a tapestry here that Church had himself.
The exhibit was the brainchild of artist Stephen Hannock, who enjoyed discovering the links between old and new.
You know, sometimes the connection is absolutely direct, other times it's convoluted. And that's the fun of the show, you know.
In the grand entryway at Olana, an enormous wooden arch by sculptor Martin Purrier welcomes visitors who have been lining up to tour these rooms since the show opened to rave reviews.
It's called Question. It, on the surface, resembles a question mark. I take it as a directive, meaning question. Question authority, question the past, question tradition, question what you expect to see in art.
In the front parlor, A River of Silver by Maya Lin. And a photograph of Niagara Falls by Lynn Davis, mirroring those Frederic Church painted a century and a half ago. In Frederic Church's dining room, Valerie Hegarty's Picnic with Downy Woodpecker. That's a copy of a Thomas Cole landscape those woodpeckers are pecking. And across the river in Thomas Cole's bedroom, tiny caps created by artist Charles Ledre.
All done from businesses around here. Some imagined, some real.
And they're miniature.
They're miniature, and they're all made from scratch.
Chuck Close was involved here with this, as many other artists in this painting.
One of Stephen Hannock's paintings hangs in Thomas Cole's parlor. Not surprising, since Cole was a huge inspiration to him and to many of these artists.
Cole has always been something of a hero of mine. So the idea that I might be able to show here in his house was very exciting.
Artist Tom Kowski paints landscapes. Yes, these are landscapes. It's very abstract, I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, I think abstraction is a kind of a tool that allows people to kind of find their own systems and ideas and meanings. And I like that freedom. I think it's a real American idea, you know.
An American idea, make it new, which is what Thomas Cole and Frederic Church were doing 150 years ago when they created a new kind of art that was purely American.
The big event that these artists were celebrating in the 19th century was there's a new country here.
You know, we have a kind of autumn foliage which people in England and France had never seen. They thought the paintings were fake when they were shown in Europe. This exhibit is a celebration about continuity in American art.
Case in point, on the balcony at Olana, this miniature crumbling city is called Empire by Charles Ledre.
And he's built this myriad of sort of semi-constructed structures that are keenly reminiscent of one of Thomas Cole's paintings, of course, of Empire.
And then there are the grounds of Olana, 250 acres, a landscape Frederic Church called his greatest masterpiece, including a man-made lake where Don Gummer felt his sculptures belonged. And then when you found this spot, you said,
this is
Well,
good.
then when I decided which pieces were going to go, then I started thinking this one would look nice here with the water right behind it.
What would Church have thought of this show? What would his reaction be?
I think he would have been thrilled to see it. He lived in the house, but he didn't treat it as a museum. To have these kinds of things here, you know, probably would have delighted him.
Think of it as a conversation between the old and the new, or a very lively family reunion.